Oh my God, he thinks for himself. Yeah, he must be a hick. Does he live in a trailer? I think he does. I can see Don Lemon right now. Black Lives Matter, Christopher. And Donald Trump is a KKK member. That's right. He's a white nationalist. He's a racist, sexist, and he's anti-gay. Hillary Clinton loves the gays. Yeah, she flip-flopped on the issue, but she loves us. Me and Anderson Pooper, she supports. She's transitioning even herself right now. Have you noticed? She's looking much more like a man. And that's a compliment. This is fun. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV, Alternative Media Television. We have a great show today. I mean, it's fun. I love doing what we do. And we're digging into a story that I've actually reported on before. Again, please support us, $4.95 a month, $49.95 a year on demand. Support us alternatively. Thank you so much, truly humbled by it. Start your free trial, do it right now. 14-day free trial. Thank you. I've reported on this before, and it's funny how some of, I think, the best stories where I'm like, oh my God, this is like so obvious. People are like, I don't know. It's kind of like, they just kind of, they're not really paying attention. George and Amal Clooney are working for the CIA. And it's so obvious, it's ridiculous. George and Amal Clooney, obvious Central Intelligence agents. Now, before you go, Chris, come on, man. Come on, dude. Not everything's a conspiracy. I like George, man. He's got some good movies, dude. With Brad Pitt, and Bradgelina. Yeah, they're also CIA too, by the way. Come on, man. It's like so obvious. So I'm just like, where I'm like, God, yeah, this is, wow. I'm going to definitely share this with our audience tomorrow. So Amal, who, by the way, is the attorney for Julian Assange, by the way, and now her and attached to the hip, George, working for Central Intelligence. It's kind of like that movie with Bradgelina. I know they're breaking up. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Like that movie with, because I don't really watch this stuff, but like there was Brad Pitt and Angelina and they're co-starring and they're like spies. There's serious truth to that. Like they don't know, but they're both spies, right? It's like what's actually they are CIA too, by the way. But George, because, Angelina always speaks at the UN and stuff too. George and Amal are also Central Intelligence agents. And they probably think it's pretty cool too. They're like, they think it's cool. They're like, yeah, dude, I'm Hollywood. And like, yo, like, dude, the president of Barack Obama, man. Yeah, he asked me like behind the scenes, like, because I have access to diplomats and world leaders and people that normal people, non-celebrities don't have access to. He's asked me to like keep an eye out, and do my part, behind the scenes, to propel the message of the U.S. State Department. Cool, man. Him and Amal, joined at the hip. So Amal Clooney, we're going to play this clip, an actress, gives a little bit of a speech at the UN, the Illuminati, United Nations. Just even look what it looks like. We did the thumbnail. You just see the Illuminati eye, the screens. Obama's there. He's like, just, talking about globalism. Like, oh, globalism is the future. Globalism, yeah. George Soros. I'm going to lose my voice if I keep talking like that. George Soros is like, yeah. Ooh, yeah. And Obama there. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to lose my voice. Let's go to $1 billion. Let's go to the Amal Clooney video. She's an actress, folks, an actress.
As a supporter of the United Nations, that states are failing to prevent or even punish genocide because they find that their own interests get in the way. We know that what we have before us is genocide, and we know that it's still ongoing. We know exactly who the perpetrators are. They brag, ISIS brags about its crimes online.
I was used in the way they wanted to use me. I was not alone. And perhaps I was the lucky one. As time passed, I found a way to escape where thousands others could not. They are still captive.
Nadia and others like her are not seeking revenge. They are seeking justice, the opportunity to face their abusers in an international court in The Hague.
Okay, so there we have Central Intelligence asset and agent Amal Clooney, and of course her husband, which I'll bring into the picture here in a minute, acting. She's an actress, pretty gal. Also happens to be the attorney of Julian Assange. I'll get to that probably in a minute. And, giving this heartfelt, she's rehearsed it a couple times. They're good. These are actresses and actors. She's rehearsed her speech for the UN. And she's there, and they always position like a female victim, right? And it's going to sound bad, but they always put this female who's been like gang raped like 1,000,000 times by ISIS or something, and she gets up there and like the tears come to everybody. And I'm not making fun of that or saying that those things don't happen, but like this is all staged. It's acting, right? This is Hollywood land. So they always have this lady there, and like Amal's next to her. She's been gang raped like 1,000,000 times, and like it's so tragic, and she's just there acting like, oh my God, yeah, that's why I just gave my speech, and oh, she's like thinking internally, I'm so glad that I'm a CIA asset. I mean, I'm doing my job here, and they're just propelling. They want your heart. This is marketing. This is public relations. This is what Amal and George do. Okay, this is the duty. So Amal wants to take ISIS to court, but more importantly, she wants to shed light on this hideous act. This lady's probably never even been to Syria, the one that they're using. Maybe she got her SAG card while she was there, because you've got to talk to get your SAG card in Hollywood, but who knows if she was even there. I mean, I'm just being flat out like, this is like Hunger Games, right? It's all staged, the UN with Obama there, speaking to the public. This is all a public relations stunt. Don't believe me? George and Amal Clooney headline Obama's refugee efforts at the United Nations. The pair joined governments and companies in pledging to help stem the international crisis. This is from U.S. News. The Daily Mail. Exclusive. WikiLeaks lawyer goes to the White House. Amal. The night George Clooney took Julian Assange's stunning British lawyer to meet Obama at a private screening of Monuments Men. This is when he was denying dating Amal. So an obvious question probably you're asking, okay, well, what does this mean? If she's CIA, is Julian Assange CIA? I don't know. I think Julian Assange and WikiLeaks are smart enough to know that Amal's CIA. There's certainly the possibility. The point is, this is a convoluted intelligence war of agents, double agents, triple agents, those working within Hollywood land as intelligence assets in other areas. It's not just limited to Hollywood, but Hollywood's unique because these people are famous. People adore them. World leaders are shell-shocked, starstruck when they see them. These people, Amal, George, they have access to places normal people don't. They get into events normal people don't. Again, it's a very unique, special opportunity for intelligence in the States to use these figures and also play to their ego. Again, like George and Amal probably think they're really important. Like, dude, man, it's cool, bro. I'm a CIA ass. He probably even talks about it with Brad Pitt, when they're drinking and smoking weed, as Angelina has accused Brad of doing. Like, yeah, man, dude, we like freaking work for the CIA. This is badass, dude. Like, not only do we make millions for films and then only work a couple months and rake in like $30 million and then take the rest of the year off and have affairs and stuff, but like, dude, we're CIA, bro. Like, I'm not even kidding you here. So, she's got the connection with Julian Assange. There's pictures here. It's from a few years ago. They even made some comments and this was another one that people just couldn't believe me. You know, they couldn't believe me when Kim Jong-un, you know, hacked Sony, right? Remember, conveniently at the same time, Sony was putting out the film, which I can't even remember the name of it, on Kim Jong-un. Like that wasn't a marketing publicity stunt. It was the greatest marketing publicity stunt ever. Everywhere people bought it. I think it got more streams on YouTube than like any movie ever in history. Inside job. They hacked themselves. It was just publicity. So again, you decide for yourself, and I'd even like to hear your thoughts. You know, what do you think the relationship is with Amal as representative of Assange, et cetera, in this intelligence warfare and web, people like Assange and others, Snowden, others. Again, I'm not like accusing Assange, but they're smart enough, and WikiLeaks is smart. I mean, this is an intelligence war. This is what I want you guys to understand. So there was also this striking picture of George Clooney. I don't know if we've got it or we recorded it, where Obama's just sitting there in the background with his eyes, and like the light captured like these like demon eyes, and he's just sitting there like, yeah, baby, there's my pawn, George. Yeah, CIA intelligence asset. And George is there like, cool, dude. And Obama, he just looks so evil. Right? I don't know, it's a striking picture. And Amal, beautiful gal, very pretty, easy to woo the public. Why do you think they're the face of this? You know, George, you know, the ultimate debonair, ladies' man, you know, riding his motorcycle, Sunset Boulevard, you know, does all these movies, et cetera. And is a huge Hillary Clinton supporter, by the way, and loves Obama. Bow to you, Obama. Bow to you, Hillary Clinton. Yes, I am your pawn. I am your CIA intelligence asset. Him along with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Again, just heartbreaking too. I actually agree with Brad Pitt. Let's talk about it for just a sec. Just a quick sec. I agree with Brad Pitt. He's concerned for his kids because Angelina, right? We're hearing this in pop culture. She's just, you know, going full retard right now and creating this hell of photogs and everything, which is putting his kids at risk. And I just saw something briefly and I'm talking about that. Totally agree with that, by the way. Like, if you care and love about your kids, you would have a discreet divorce and not create this media freaking hellish pit, which is exactly what she's done. Probably because she's pissed off because Brad cheated on her, which, you know, is not a good thing. But had to, you know, insert snippet of the pop culture there. CIA, intelligence. Oh, Christopher. Oh, Christopher. Not everything is a conspiracy. Come on. Come on, dude. Another article, Google to help George and Amal Clooney educate Syrian refugee children in Lebanon. Ah, convenient. Yeah, another PR stunt. George and Amal are launching an ambitious initiative to educate Syrian refugee children. Oh, it's always about the children, isn't it? It's always about the women talking at the UN that have been gang raped a gazillion times by the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. It's always about the children and always about the women being raped. That's how they always position it at these UN speeches with Obama there and, you know, Soros, you know, doing his evil doings. Don't even have to go into the article. There'll be a link. Another article, Clinton backer George Clooney condemns obscene sums in White House race. I think I pulled this one just because I wanted to emphasize that he's a Clinton-Obama supporter. But here's where the proof in the pudding is, folks. Again, it's tough to believe, to open up your eyes to the truth. Here's just a quick hit list, and there's a lot more. Investigate for yourself. You could probably spend all day after watching this broadcast just like looking into this. These are only the ones that we know about, by the way. Top 10 most famous celebrity spies throughout history. Number 1, although they've got it as number 10, Frank Sinatra. Spy. Cool dude, working for the CIA, bro. Number 9, Cary Grant. Some of you are probably familiar with him. Marlene Dietrich. Not really familiar with her. Some of you probably are. Harry Houdini. Again, these people have special access to certain people and to a certain world foreign countries, diplomats, etc. People are starstruck. They open up. These people are beautiful too. You know, Amal walks in a room, man, you just might, if you're Putin, you might just kind of let your guard down. Like, hey, Amal, you want to go in the back room for a minute? Let's just have a private conversation about diplomacy. Sterling Hayden. Some of you might be familiar with him. Lucky Luciano. Lucky Luciano is arguably the most, my accent's horrible on this one, infamous person we're going to be talking about. Luciano, if you're unfamiliar, is one of the most famous American mobsters of all time. Make you an offer. Okay, I'm not going to try. I'm having trouble doing it today. One of the most famous American mobsters. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Come here. Come here. That was decent. Famous mobster. During World War II, naval intelligence suspected that the Nazis were receiving information on Atlantic Ocean shipment movements and also knew that organized crime families controlled the docks, special access, in New York City. Enter to the scene. Lucky Luciano. Again, you guys can dig into this more. I mean, the list goes on and on. Greta Garbo. Hollywoodland. Mo Berg, professional baseball player, athletes, also work for the CIA. Roald Dahl, if I'm saying that name correctly. And last but not least, our famous little homemaker, likes to, prepare dinners and lunches for your family, etc., who's kind of self-made and quite an inspiration, actually, kind of an interesting lady, Julia Child, CIA. Cool, dude. Sweet, bro. Yeah, man, George in a mall, working for the CIA, bro. You heard it here first, America. I'm Christopher Green. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hard hitting in your face. Support us directly, alternatively on demand, $4.95 a month, $49.95 a year. Sweet.